he wanted to be a turd burglar with this little white girl in Colorado. That was his deal. You know what I mean?
Oh, what do you want to be?
What, turd burglar? You never heard that before?
Absolutely not.
Well, you need to watch more South Park. Yeah, so that's Kobe's deal. So no one's blaming the fans for that, but I think we kind of forget that other things are happening around the things that we claim that we know and we see. And while this is happening, like if his wife would have left him, I'm the dude that don't care when rich people have poor people problems. Whatever. I'm good. You got hundreds of millions of dollars. So if you go through something that I'm going to go through and I'm broke, whatever. But if his wife would have left him, well, whatever. Can you still get me $35 a night on the court? I'm good with that. But
that's all that matters.
To me, I don't care. Like all these people who were like, oh, he's such a role model, and I can't believe my kids are wearing number 8 jerseys. Well, if your kid is that affected by something Kobe does, you're a bad parent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you don't know him. All you know him to be is a basketball player. Let him play basketball. I said the same thing about Chris Brown. When he beat that girl up, I was like, yeah, that's messed up that happened to her. But guess what? She forgave him quickly too. So now what?
Yeah.
I like Chris Brown. I think he's a talented human being. I think he's one of the few left talented artists out there, the guys that can dance and sing and do all that kind of stuff. He might be crazy as hell, but whatever,
You jam Chris Brown in the car now?
Not lately.
Not lately.
Nah. I got a Chris Brown CD around here somewhere, or it's in the car somewhere. But Chris Brown I think he's a talented dude, and I like his music.
Yeah, he is. I'm playing, but he is a talented guy.
So, whatever else he does, that ain't none of my business. All I look at him as is an artist, as a singer. If Chris Brown is on crack, well, can you still sing? Cause I mean,
hey, well, we got a great interview with a crackhead
you stupid.
Back in the day.
Elder
Barge gave us one of the best interviews ever.
You stupid. I'm not going there with you, Elder Barge. Oh, yes, those days of interviewing crackheads.
I'm just saying, man, crackheads get great interviews. If he did get the one thing about it is if Chris Brown got on crack, then he would be willing to come on this show.
But think about it, though. Right not necessarily. I mean, think about all the dope fiends that people mar and revel over. You got Elvis, you got Michael Jackson, you got Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
All of them, by definition, are dope fiends. So let's not get it twisted like people really care that much. No one cares. You care about what was good for you. As a fan of anything, you care about what that person is able to give to you. And when they're not able to give it to you anymore, guess what? You move on to the next. Michael Jordan retired. Now we got Kobe. Kobe's gone. You got, some of us have LeBron. Like those people who are not willing to recognize greatness, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. Like this dude is going to be gone. And generation after generation after generation will pass, and you'll never see another player like LeBron. So all this LeBron, I can't stand. Oh, he's a choke artist. All right, whatever. Yeah, whatever. If you fail to recognize greatness when you're looking at it, cool, good for you.
I mean, there's no doubt that LeBron is, that dude. But what kind of overshadows that is the fact that Kobe just won't leave the game. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, it's just like, as long as Kobe is hanging around, whether he's injured or not, he's always going to have that spotlight. Like Mike eventually faded off into the back.
Well, 3 times.
Right, yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Like, when he left the first time, he really wasn't ready to go. But like with LeBron, it's like everything, like we're seeing so much of LeBron right now. Like, as we were seeing Kobe win championships, we were seeing LeBron on the cusp of winning championships. Then we see him, lose a few, win a few, lose a few. I mean, and it's kind of like, all of it is running together. And so you don't really get to take in the greatness that is LeBron James because this other fool won't go sit down.
No, not me. No, I understand. Because, right now, Kobe is not Kobe anymore. Look, And good. I'm glad you mentioned it because that's something I wanted to bring up to you. The way we romanticize athletes, because it's going to happen now in the NFL with this free agency thing. The names that we know, people are going to want to, we ought to get him, or we ought to get him. We ought to, like, ask the people now hear about Steven Jackson. You remember that? You remember the party that was thrown? Oh, Steven Jackson. Oh, O.C. Human-Euro's coming home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's from Africa. He's not coming home.
That place that you used to work, they had like a welcome to Atlanta Steven Jackson party. I remember that.
The dude had like 1 million carries on his body. Could only muster 1,200 yards in 2 years. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's like, Rob.
Yeah, they done brought a 78 Cadillac with ball tires into the Georgia
You
Dome.
know how I love my running backs. Yeah, 4th round. Give me a nice 4th round that we can run into the ground for the next 3 or 4 years and then get rid of him and get another one.
Because according to you, the running back is just a devalued position anyway.
You watch what happens. Somebody's going to draft Melvin Gordon in the 1st round. Or somebody's going to draft Todd Gurley in the 1st round. But then watch who the better running back is when the season starts. It's going to be some like 6th round dude from Boise or something. Just watch, man. Like, for example, people didn't watch this last year, but Denard Robinson, a former quarterback at Michigan, had like 3 or 4 straight 100-yard games for the Jaguars. Yeah, screw your 1st round running back. Screw him, dude. I wish I would. I remember Jamie Dukes telling me that what's that boy's name? Trent Richardson. He's a can't miss. You can't pass on him. You have to take him with the 5th round pick if you're Cleveland. Really no. Oh, really no.
Right.
He can't play football anymore. Yeah, this dude done got 2 teams to waste 1st round picks on him. Somehow the drunk ass owner for the Colts decided, you know what we ought to do? We ought to trade our 1st round pick for Trent Richardson. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
And then what? You get to the playoffs, you got to deactivate this dude because the dude that was drafted in like the 3rd or 4th round is better than him. Come on. Screw your 1st round running back. You want to keep plow people with that like Todd Gurley. Oh, he's awesome. Oh, Melvin Gordon, he's awesome. Yeah, they are. Both of them. Love Todd Gurley. I feel like the NCAA screwed him. They ruined his career. I definitely feel like that. You know, how Johnny Manziel did the same thing and got half a game suspension.
Right.
They made this boy sit down for 4 games, cuz. For the same thing.
They got Johnny Manziel on tape and everything.
For the same thing. They made this boy sit down 4 games out of, 11? Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah. Of course, when he come back, he going to get hurt. Yeah, man. For those of you listening to this, you're going to find out real quick, I loathe the NCAA. They are the NCAA hoes. I can't stand them. They're so hypocritical. Like this whole deal about the Big Ten wanting to institute freshman ineligibility. What?
Right.
What? You know what you're doing? You're stealing. You're trying to steal from me. And I'm gonna keep it because oh God, this is so great that we're on the internet now. We're not under anybody's thumb because I can say exactly what I feel. You're stealing from young black kids. Because let's keep it real. Who's coming out? Who's the one and dones? It's not Tyler Hansborough. It's not Miles Plumlee. Right. It's not them. It's Anthony Davis. You dig what I'm saying? It's Nerlens Noel. It's young black kids that are coming out making millions of dollars. And you're trying to tell them that, no, you need to stay in school for 3. For what? This kid right now, the Okafor kid, for Jahlil Okafor, just twisted an ankle 2 weeks ago playing against Duke. Why? He's an adult playing against people's children. Do you see this kid? He's like 7 foot with handles and can shoot the ball with both hands. He's NBA ready today, right this minute. But yet you're forcing him to play with other people's children for free. Get out of here. Get out of here. Now you're going to make him stay another year?
But you know what? Okay. My whole thing is now I'm not really with the whole putting the ban, telling them, making them ineligible as freshmen. Now I'm not for that. But the thing that like as a basketball fan that has and I've said it to you many a times that has kind of got me away from the game until March Madness. In most situations, and unless it's a big game, like I watched that Duke Carolina game that went to overtime a couple weeks ago. But unless it's March Madness, I'm really not watching because because there are so many one and dones, like I really can't even get into the game for real.
Dude, don't.
Because it's like as soon as I start learning these guys, right? Like I might watch Kentucky play a couple times, and then as soon as I know them, you know, then out here they go to the NBA. So it's like, as far as the product, I think it waters down the NBA product. You know, when you have all these young guys coming out,
I think the NBA product is fine,
and I think it devalues the college game as well, because you know, but from a fan perspective, like I said, you don't get what you don't get what you used to get back in the day, where you would at least get 2-3 years out of these cats, and it would be good basketball. It wouldn't be so much turnover. I mean, Kentucky is always a benefactor of the one and done to be able to reload, but everybody's not able to do that. So,
well, that's their fault. I think Coach Calipari, all he does is say, okay, this is the system that I'm dealt with. I'm going to work within it.
Kentucky, Mike. Come on, Mike. It's Kentucky.
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm just saying, when you go into somebody like Kentucky, has never had a problem recruiting.
Well, Kentucky is Kentucky. Duke is Duke. Kansas is Kansas. Why don't they do it? Why don't they get 10 guys that are going to be one and done?
Well, I mean, because I think Duke. They do have a couple guys that have come out early now, but for the most part, Duke is all. Duke has always been one of those schools where the kids at least almost halfway finished if they didn't graduate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think the whole thing.
You didn't have.
The one thing that Kobe said in that interview was so true. He was like, if it's a doctor, you go learn from doctors. You go learn from the best doctors. He said, I'm a basketball player. I want to learn from the best basketball players. Well, that's how it should be done. You shouldn't be trying to put it nobody does that to Justin Bieber. He's 16 making millions of dollars singing. Who cares about him finishing college? If you're one of the best at something, you should be able to go play with or work with the best of the best. If you're a 16-year-old prodigy, a medical prodigy, you should be able to go do brain surgery. If you're a basketball prodigy, you should be able to go play basketball professionally and make money.
Right, but I hear you. But look, they had this stat, and I'm quoting it off the top right now, but I think it was over the past 6 or 7 years, there have been something like 45 freshmen that have declared for the NBA, and right now there are only 11 of them currently active. So it's one of those things where, just because you think you're good enough, that don't necessarily mean, like Jeff Teague's brother, right? Like, I swear he should have stayed in Kentucky. Like, I get what you're saying, that the opportunity to make money is there, so take it. Because that's what
Calipari does. He'll tell you straight up. He goes to these people's house and say, give me your son. Right. In 2 years, he's going to change everybody's life in this house. That's real talk.
Right.
Like all that we got a great communications program. Nobody cares. Who's going to be in the communications program? Like,
I'm not even.
You're trying to get paid.
I get that. And my whole thing is that just because you declare it doesn't mean that you're ready. That's all. That's my whole thing, is that that it needs to be some kind of thing in place where you don't declare and then lose your NCAA eligibility because you really wasn't ready.
No, that's part of the game. I mean, if like the old lady was asking me the other day, we looking at the combine the other day, right? And she was like, so all these guys, did that mean they don't have scholarships anymore? I said, that's exactly what it means. They've declared to be professionals, and they've foregone their scholarships. She's like, but what if they don't make it? I'm like, they become like everybody else. They figure it out. What's the problem? Like, what happens to you? What happens to you if you leave school to do something else? You have to figure it out. Like, the rules don't change because somebody's an athlete. You figure it out. Like, all this but we got to protect the kids. No, you don't. No, they don't. They're 20-something-year-old kids. Guess what? If you declare, let's say Marcus Teague, right? Marcus Teague declares for the NBA. You know what Marcus Teague also does? He gets a contract with that team, which pays him money. So if Marcus Teague at any point wants to go back to Kentucky and pay for his degree, he has the funds in which to do so. How many like regular kids can say that? Like, I left school to go explore this other thing, but it didn't work out. But damn, now I want to go back to school. Good thing I got this check. Nah, most people don't have the check, so they're already a leg up. Like, people need to stop acting like they're trying to protect these kids.
Well, for me, like, again, I'm just speaking from a fan of the game. right? My whole thing is dudes like that don't want to graduate anyway.
Right.
And I'm cool with that. But what I'm saying is that, you know, it's like another year just playing. In my opinion, ain't really